Hi everyone, it's Nancy back with another process video for you. Here I am trying to use up another one of my paper pads, and this is the Close Knit collection. I'm just picking out some papers which I'm going to use for sort of my foundation. I must say, narrating this video, I don't actually really like the layout. It's weird because, as I say, you kind of do it and then you kind of look back on it while you narrate and go, yeah, I don't really like it. But, you know, as always, it's in the album, it's done now. So I was going to put 3 photos on this layout, but I decided to just do 2, and they are from the road trip which we took from San Francisco back to LA. And again, there's lovely blue skies. I was going to scrap that picture of a tumbleweed, but decide that deserves a page of its own. So I've just used that XOXO paper, but I've used it just to mount the photos on, so you can't really see that pattern. I have this Maggie I think it's Maggie Holmes, might be Dear Lizzie, I can't remember. I used it on a previous layout, the navy polka dot. So I'm just going to use that to help build up my clusters. And then I look at putting a cluster in this top corner as well. So I'm just going through the bits of paper that I have lying around on my desk. And this is from the Teresa Collins collection. So I'm just cutting up these sheets, again to add a layering element. And looking at this now, I can see this is kind of where I stepped away from probably where I should have, because I'm using a white base paper there with a cream. But I say it's all very well when you look back at these layouts, you kind of realise where you went wrong. Excuse me, yawning away. I don't know what it is, whenever I go to narrate a video I start yawning. It's very bizarre. So I'm just going to be adding some ink mist to this, and I'm using my Route 66, and then I'm also going to use this must be one of my Do Craft ones because I'm shaking it like a maniac. Yeah, the white one. And oh yes, I'm also using my Mr. Huey in Skyscraper, which is one I got in a Studio Calico kit, must have been a year and a bit ago, and that's just a very dark grey colour. So I'm just using my heat gun to dry that off. As I've said many times, that mica, the Do Craft one is quite heavy in mica, so it takes quite a while to dry. And I'm just turning the paper over there as well. Here you see me cleaning my desk off of things, and then I'm using my heat gun to dry it, which I kind of think is quite humorous, really. Anyway, back to the layout. So I'm just using my ATG to stick these down. I must say, I really like my ATG gun. I mean, the amount of layouts I do, I probably replace the reel in it probably every 2 months, because I use such little pieces of glue. I don't actually, I don't get through much of it, and I buy several reels of adhesive at a time because it's cheaper. So I've always got like sort of 4 or 5 waiting to be used. I must admit that I have to look on YouTube how to load it every time, because I always seem to put it in the wrong way round. And it doesn't roll out, and then the glue gets stuck on all the mechanism and everything. So I pull out these letters, which were from the Hipster collection from Basic Grey, and I decide I need to use these up because I found them while sorting through some stash. I don't really like them. I think this is one of the things on the layout I don't like. I think it's because they're round. I have a problem using round things on my layout unless they're a doily. And they're also transparent. I have many issues with these. I'm trying to see what kind of words I can make out of those letter tiles there. And I wanted to stick with the ones that were sort of blues and greens. I was going to look at using them on the bottom, but they weren't going to show up. I was then going to place them along the top. And actually I think I prefer that placement. And it would have been so much easier to staple, because you will see that I tried to staple them, but I can't get my stapler to reach across. And I should have put them at the top, because I think that's what annoys me. That I've got kind of like, I didn't stick to kind of one cluster. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I think I'm just fighting with this top strip where I pull bits off. So yeah, still fussing. I can't even remember fussing with it. But yes, looking back, I should have put my title just along the top there, because actually when I come to journal on this page, I could have journaled underneath it. Now I'm not quite sure where I'm going to journal on this one. As I said, I do batch journal, so as I'm putting my layouts kind of will mount up, and then as I go to put them in albums, I'll sit down and do the journaling. Here I am then just using these Teresa Collin papers. And I'm just looking at elements that I can cut out to use here. And I kind of use this sort of geotag number 1 as sort of where the starting sort of point is, and again, I'm not overly keen on that. So it's quite funny, the narration of this video is just me going, I don't like this and I don't like that. Maybe if I'd have switched out that background paper, it would look different. I don't know. But I'm one of those people that's like, well, it's done and it's in the album, so it's not in the album, it's in a box ready to go in the album, but you know, those photos are done, that story is told as such, so you know, and I could sit there like moving bits of paper around for hours, but it's not really going to make any difference. So I've just cut those paper down in sort of little chevron arrows, and I'm just trying to work out my placement of these. And I mean, again, that's picking up that white, which was used in that other paper, and there's going to be white within that one, that little element as well. And I think that's where this got a little bit confused. So here I'm just wanting to move my doily slightly, just to make sure everything's sort of touching. By the looks of it, I end up putting it back exactly where it was, so here I am just looking through these stickers, and these are the Stamping Up stickers. Again, just looking about layering those, but decide that they don't work. I'm not sure at this point where I'm going to put my clusters, and I really like those labels, so I decided not to use them up on that. So I'm going to go through my die cut box, and again just pulling out anything that's the right colour. If in doubt, stick a Polaroid frame on it. Seems to be the way things are going at the moment. And again, as I say, mainly at this stage picking things out for the colour. I still have lots of those sort of travel themed pieces from the Urban Traveller from Simple Stories, but because they seem to be multicoloured pieces, I do find them quite hard to use on my layouts. So I'm just using a little arrow here and a little word that says today. And then That's So Awesome is from an Amy Tan cut apart sheet, I believe. And I'm just going to use that. And the reason I put So Awesome is because I was really excited to see a proper sort of truck juggernaut, because of course we don't have them in the UK. So I was really excited about that. And then also we drove through the oil fields, so we got to see, like, I can't think what they're called. They're like they're nodding somethings. Well, anyway, that's what we call them in the UK. But we drove through that bit, and like, it's kind of, for me, being here in the UK, it's kind of what I look at as, oh, you know, proper Americana, proper American, like what you expect to see. So I just wanted to document those two things. So I'm just going to fiddle about with this cluster, moving this doily about again, and I end up ripping it. But that's okay, because I'm actually going to move the doily over, just so a little bit of it showing. And I really like those Polaroid frames. And I'm using a couple of little bit cuts parts from the Scraptastic kit, and I've just moved that arrow down as well. Yeah, the problem I've got looking at this layout is it just suddenly stops on that side, and there's just nothing there. So it just looks a bit weird. But I'm going to stop going on about how awful it is, because, you know, it happens. I wasn't, you know, not going to narrate this video, because I think, you know, as like crafters and scrappers, quite often we'll spend time doing something and not actually like the final layout. I think there's only a couple of times I've not liked something that much that I've redone it, but that's very rare. So I'm using these Amy Tan transparency word stickers, which I have stuck onto white paper, and they're so much easier to use that way. So I'm really happy with how those clusters are looking now. This is again just going through those dreaded transparency words from the print shop. Never going to get on a layout. I believe I've now got my button and flare box out. It's just not on camera. And I'm looking to see if there's any I can add to this page. I pull out these Amy Tangerine sort of embossed metal pieces, and I did originally think about using two, but I do end up just putting one on this layout, I believe. And again, I wanted to echo the circle, because the lettering and the title on this is the circles. I've got out my container here of wood veneers, and these are all wood veneers that have come in my Scraptastic kit. I am keeping them separate to my other wood veneers. So I've just taken 3 arrows, and I really like these arrows, and again, because it's a road trip talking about directions, you know, and there's previous layouts talking about how I was you know, the navigator, so they will work. Here you'll see me start off really good intentions that I'm going to staple these on. Then Then I get to that stage and realise, this is not going to work. I then put one on wonky, so I'm trying to put it off, and then there's a hole in the paper, and then I staple over it again. Then I realise my stapler won't reach. I could, if I'd have thought about it, have lifted up that piece of paper, that diagonal one, and just stapled it onto there, but for some reason I didn't think about it. And to be honest, I think at this point I was a bit like, meh, not really sure I like this layout, I don't really like where it's going. Kind of losing the will here a bit. I did rip my paper when I was pulling those off as well. But I decide then, meh, not really that bothered. I pull out my This to That adhesive runner to stick down, and that decides to malfunction on me. So I pull out my ATG, and I think I can't really be bothered if you can see the glue. So I stick those down. And you know, as I said, I don't know, I'm not really sure that they add anything to the layout, so, but you know, they'll do. Okay, so I'm just trimming up that side bit, and I'm just going to do my normal of finishing off with some mist. So I'm just painting the arrows with my seafoam, I think it's called, and that's just to tone them down a little bit because they didn't really go at all. And then I'm just using some of my Route 66 to add some more splatters on, and that is that. So I will put some stills up from this layout. I hope you've enjoyed the process video, even though, you know, the layout is, you know, not my favourite. I will be back with some more process videos later this week. I just want to thank everyone for your really sweet comments that you keep leaving on my layouts, and I am getting around to replying to them and following people and things like that. So, and I'll carry on doing that. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll be back again soon. Bye!